Do you want to stop wasting your time on the wrong guys? Good boundaries are a great way to make sure you're actually with the right one. Stick around because I'm going to give you a look at a major red flag to look out for when you're dating. I'll also give you a shortcut you need to know so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. That's right, I'm not perfect. I've made plenty of dating mistakes too. Let me tell you about this one. So, I'm a hopeless romantic. I was raised on a healthy diet of rom-coms, Disney stories, and Nicholas Sparks books. I believed from a young age that to be a good partner, I need to hold doors, pay for bills, and all the gentlemanly things that you see in the movies. It always worked in the movies, so I figured it should work for me. Turns out, real life is different. I dated a girl in high school who was incredibly turned off by my attempts at chivalry. She felt like I was treating her as incapable and not letting her contribute to the relationship. Every time I paid for dinner, she saw it as a power play to make her more beholden to me. I thought I was doing the romantic thing, but it turns out that I was just pushing her away. No surprise that we got into a lot of fights and the relationship didn't last very long. She was right. In this example, I was being a red flag in the relationship. She was trying to set boundaries and expectations, and I just was not listening. Has someone ever misread your boundaries? Tell me about it in the comments below. So, about red flags. When you've communicated a boundary and the guy you're dating ignores, belittles, or jokes about the boundary, this is a big red flag. Your partner sees your boundary and wants what he wants anyway, despite that. If this happens to you and you feel pushed into things or uncomfortable that your partner isn't getting the message, that's a good sign he isn't right for you because you're not lining up. In your life, you want to make sure that your boundaries are respected. In my story, I was wasting her time because we weren't a good match. She was telling me what her boundaries were, and for whatever reason, I just couldn't hear it. I kept crossing her boundary and making things worse. She was right to dump me. I was young and dumb. Don't make the same mistake I did. And don't let any guys get away with it either. So, you might be wondering, Jonathan, do we have to break up just because a boundary gets pushed? And the answer is no. It's not an automatic breakup. What it does mean is that you need to talk to him about it. And I mean a real conversation, no texting or DMing. Ask yourself, are you still compatible together? Do you see a middle ground that you're both working towards? If a guy disrespects your boundary because they don't know it's there, that can easily be rectified with communication. You explain your boundary to him, he apologizes, and you move forward together with better understanding of where that boundary is and how to navigate it. When I started dating the one, she had a lot of boundaries about PDA. She wouldn't even hold my hand in public. And that was a big deal to me. I love holding hands, but she wasn't okay with it. So we talked about it. I asked her if she'd be willing over time to consider holding my hand, and she agreed. She said that if we made headway in the relationship, she would reconsider this boundary. And let me tell you, I wasn't going to make the same mistake I made in high school, so you can bet I listened to her. I wasn't going to be a red flag again. This demonstrates the type of conversation you want to have when a boundary break happens. You both talk, you discuss what you want and where the boundaries are, and if you agree, then you can move up and plan on how to move forward. After a couple of months, my partner felt like we had made enough progress in our relationship, that she was comfortable holding my hand in public. Hooray! I know it seems like a small step, but every relationship is different. And I've been with her for 10 years now. So, in your life, know what your boundaries are and make sure you communicate them to your guy. You are a high-value woman who deserves a partner who respects you and listens to you. Don't waste your time on a guy who's not listening, because that's the wrong guy for you.